The A's took down Joe Ryan. Yeah, the all-star Joe Ryan. Today on Locked On A's.
You are Locked On A's, your daily podcast on the Athletics. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On A's, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. I am your host, Booney. One name, all passion. I've been an A's fan for over 40 years, and I've seen it all. Ricky, the Bash Brothers, the Big Three, 2012, Mount Davis, the saga of Howard Terminal. But now the A's are stacking chips, and they're building a dynasty for 2028 Las Vegas. First, we are beginning to make noise now with a young crop of kids that is beginning to be the envy of all of Major League Baseball. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, including YouTube. So do me a big favor and punch that subscribe button wherever you are following the show. And if you could, go to Podbay, Apple Podcast, and give me a 5-star review. It does come in handy. It does help. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Good morning, everybody. Always nice to be here after a win. A's have been impressive since the break, though, huh? 15-8, I believe. I believe they have the second best record in that 23-game stretch. Only to the Brewers, if I am not mistaken. You may want to fact check me on that one, but I believe that is accurate. Chris, what's up, buddy? Who are the 3 to 5 players on this current roster that you can all but guarantee will be on the A's when we move? I think Kurtz, Rooker, Butler, Wilson. I think there's a number. We got a number of guys that are still under team control, Chris. Let's see who else we got here. We got, there's going to be a lot more than you think. That's for sure. Jacob Lopez, Hogan Harris, Justin Sterner, Jack Perkins, Kurtz you talked about, Langeliers. I mean, he's under team control until 29. Soderstrom. I said Butler. Hernandez. Bladay's under team control until 29, I believe. Brett Harris. I'm just talking about who was on the 26-man roster right now. Colby Thomas. There's a number. There's a number of players that will be, as far as core players, though, good deal. I might feel comfortable enough buying some jerseys. Yeah. No question. Yeah, we have a ton of guys under team control. As far as where the organization sits right now, it is sitting in the best shape it's been in a long time. We're having a hell of a stretch, playing great baseball. I'm cautiously optimistic. And here's what I mean. Last year, during the months of, if you've listened to me before, during the months of, I've talked about it, I don't know how many times, probably too many times. July and August, we had, I believe, the 4th best record in all of baseball or in the American League. We were an incredible team. September, we stunk. But coming into this year, that second half and that stretch gave a lot of people hope. And obviously, I think we were a good ball club, but we hit that one stretch where we lost 20 of 21 games. But there's a difference between playing when you're out of it and then playing when you have expectations. Granted, is the team at the beginning of this year different than it is now? And is the team last year in the second half different than it is now? Considerably. But with that being said, playing with expectations and playing with something that you're going after with pressure is different than when you are 11 games out of a wild card or 12 games out of a division. So I'm cautiously optimistic. That's for sure. But it's been a fun stretch of baseball. No doubt about that. And with regard to the players we do have under contract, when this team lands in Vegas in 2028, we're in incredible shape. So there is something to be very excited about. And yeah, Chris, go ahead and buy those jerseys, because right now the A's young core is catching fire at the right time. And last night in Minnesota was another example. How about Shea Langeliers' second half, man? He launched his 27th home run of the year, a 2-run shot that gave the A's a lead that they would never surrender. I mean, speaking of players that's having a great stretch, Tyler Soderstrom extended his hitting streak to 17 games with an infield single, and later pulled off one of the most brilliant heads-up base running plays I've seen in a long time, scoring on a shallow sac fly by Brett Harris to push the lead to 3-1. Nick Kurtz. I mean, do we have our new leadoff guy, guys? I've been critical about Nick Kurtz in the leadoff spot. I tell you guys, whatever I say, just go the opposite. The opposite. I have special powers. Kurtz 3 for 3 in the leadoff spot. In that first at bat, he hit like a leadoff hitter. He saw that the third baseman was playing well off the line and took a pitch on the outer half and just basically placed it down that third base line. It was a different approach. He's having different approaches. He's an incredible hitter. He's something I've never seen. I mean, well, he's up there. But yeah, is Kurtz something we can consistently be seeing in the leadoff spot? Who am I to say no? Who are you to say no? He had opportunities to drive in runs. He did. He went 3 for 3 and he walked twice. He got on all 5 plate appearances. Unreal. He set the table all night long, and when he was in a position to drive in runs, he did so. What was more impressive about that last night's game was it came against all-star starter Joe Ryan. We struck for 5 runs in the 4th, and we forced the Twins to play from behind. And how can you talk about last night's game without talking about Jacob Lopez? He struck out 8 over 6 innings for his 4th straight win. He finally gave up a run after his 24-inning scoreless streak, but limited the Twins to 3 tallies while baffling hitters with his fastball-slider mix. Justin Sterner was amazing out of the bullpen. He's been incredible, man. 2 clean innings. How about Hogan Harris coming in with a 3-run lead and a save opportunity in the 9th and went 1-2-3? Didn't he look like the role? He looked like the guy. He strikes out a lot of guys, Hogan Harris. Do you think we have a consistent closer in Hogan Harris? Kotze didn't have to go to Harris. We had the day off on Monday. The bullpen was had rest. I don't know. I would not mind seeing Harris in there again. I think we might have something special in Hogan Harris closing games. The A's improved to 16-13 since the All-Star break. And like I said, over the last 23 games, I want to say 16-7, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be. I mean, this so-called rebuilding A's aren't just playing out the string. They're making noise. They're spoiling contenders' plans and proving their future might be arriving sooner than later. Let's talk about Nick Kurtz and him batting lineup. Is this something that's going to continue in the future? Is this something we could count on? What do you guys think? I'll see you in a few. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to the ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merchandise, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes it possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they have got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game, like when the first-place Tigers visit Sacramento next week and take on the A's. Tired of endless scrolling, trying to find the best deal? Game Time Zone Deals pick the best seats in your section for you. Seat views right in the app before you buy, so you know exactly where you will be. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. You guys want to hear something impressive? You guys want to hear something really, really impressive? Well, I'm going to tell you. In Nick Kurtz last 20 plate appearances, he has gotten on base 13 times. Excuse me, I'm mistaken. 14 times. In his last 20 plate appearances, Nick Kurtz has gotten on base 14 times. I mean, that's video game stuff. When you're talking about 20 plate appearances and getting on base 14 times, and I'm not talking fielder's choice or a force out, I'm talking 11 at-bats against the Angels where he went 5 for 11. He walked 4 times in that series. So in that series, in 15 plate appearances, 9 for 15. Last night, 3 hits, 2 walks. By my math, that's 14 of 20. Last time I spoke of numbers like that, I was talking about Barry Bonds. That's how remarkable that is. 20 plate appearances, he's gotten on base 14 times. Now, if you want to go just at bats, he's 8 for 14. 8 for 14. With 8 for 14 with 4 doubles, a bomb, 5 runs scored. Excuse me. 8 for 14. Yes, that's right. 8 for 14. I mean, that is just, it's unreal what Nick Kurtz is doing right now. And I came out and said it. This is the second time he's been in the leadoff spot. And I said I didn't like it. But the bottom line is Nick Kurtz is striking out a lot less. And he is walking a lot more. And when he's getting his pitch to hit, he's not missing. He's patient. He's not trying to bash everything. He's showing the maturity of a hitter that's been in the league, has been a 10-year All-Star. He is that impressive right now. He only struck out 2 times against the Angels. He didn't strike out last night. The only really bad series he's had in a long time was the Tampa Bay series. That's it. Even in the Baltimore series, when people thought he was falling off, he went 4 for 12. That's 333, by the way. Against the Nationals, he went 3 for 10. He walked 5 times in that series. 15 plate appearances in that series. He got on base 8 times. The guy's not of this planet right now. How can we not talk about Jacob Lopez? Jacob Lopez is pitching at a different level right now. You know what's interesting about Jacob Lopez? Obviously, anytime a trade happens, you keep your eye on it. And I saw Jacob Lopez in spring training. And Jacob Lopez he pitched in 2 games. Only in 2 games in all of spring training. Pitched 3 innings. He didn't allow a hit. He walked 2 and struck out 4. And I always wondered why they didn't play him more or pitch him more. And then in Vegas, when he went to Vegas, he was awesome. He was unbelievable in AAA Vegas, dominant. I mean, his numbers in AAA Vegas, and this is 2 times. You got to remember, Jacob Lopez got brought up one time and then got sent back down. His first outing was against the Rangers, where he couldn't find the zone. Jacob Lopez, in 6 games, he started 4. This is in Vegas. 27 innings pitched. He allowed only 16 hits, 7 earned runs. He walked 8. He struck out 38 in 27 innings. ERA 2.33. The guy's been simply dominant. Dominant. And when he's not walking anybody like he didn't do last night, he's not getting hit. His struggle early in the year in his first appearance this year was against the Rangers, and he couldn't find the zone. And anytime Jacob Lopez has had a hard time is when he's been wild. As of late, let's look at his appearances as of late. Against the Rays, Lopez, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 9 strikeouts, no walks. Last night, against the Twins, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. Against the Nationals, 7 2/3, 3 hits, no runs, 10 strikeouts, no walks. Against the D-backs, 5 innings, 5 hits, 5 Ks, 2 walks. And in his last bad outing, which wasn't even that bad, his pitch count got high because of walks, was against the Astros. He went 4 1/3, 95 pitches, only 2 hits, but 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. When he finds that zone, he's tough. He is absolutely tough. And we're talking about a future ace, if not now. I mean, is Jacob Lopez? I think Jacob Lopez is our ace right now. I mean, honestly, if you had one game you had to win, who are you picking from the ace staff to pitch? I think everybody would say Jacob Lopez. I don't think there's one person that wouldn't say Jacob Lopez. Chris, I think you might go Badeau, but no, I'm kidding. Might sound crazy, but this is one of my favorite times to be an A's fan. When we are perceived as a laughingstock just because of factors outside the diamond, we are building something special. You said it, man. You said it. Similar to being a Sharks fan, people may laugh now, but I know something is brewing. Yeah. Yeah, Chris. I mean, look at our potential infield next year and where they've been and how they were picked. It reminds you a lot of the Moneyball team. Now, I hate referring to them as Moneyball team just because they were so damn talented. You know, and here's what I mean. You had Eric Chavez was the 10 overall pick out of high school. Zito was the 9 overall pick, I think. Mulder was the 2 overall pick. Billy Koch was the 4 overall pick. Miguel Tejada was the top international signing. I mean, they were filthy. But it has similarities in what I mean by Jason Giambi was a 2nd round pick out of where'd Giambi go? Go to Long Beach, I believe. Or was it Fullerton? Those two always get me mixed up. I believe it was Long Beach. Nick Kurtz, 4th overall pick out of Wake Forest. Max Muncy, 1st round pick out of high school. He's number 21, I think. Jacob Wilson, 6th overall pick. Third base is a question. What do you guys think of Brett Harris? I'm mixed. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for Brett Harris big time. He made that error yesterday. It broke my heart. I want him to do so good. 7th round pick out of Gonzaga. You have Shea Langeliers, 9th overall pick out of Baylor. Obviously, we didn't draft him, but that's where he went. You got Denzel Clark, 4th round pick out of Northridge. I hope JJ Bleday gets going. 4th overall pick out of Vanderbilt. We got from the Marlins. Soderstrom, high school kid. 1st rounder, I think it was number 21. Out of Turlock, I want to say. So it's exciting. There's no question about it, Chris. 100%. Zach Geloff, I hope he gets going. It's a little disappointing yesterday. He went 0 for 3, which doesn't bother me. I'm okay with the 0 for 3. Everyone's going to go 0 for 3. But the 3 strikeouts. And that's the one thing I want to see get cleaned up from Jacob Lopez. If Jacob Lopez can clean up the strikeouts, at that point, I'll know Jacob Lopez is ready. But what I want to talk about is I want to talk about a 3rd round pick in 2018 out of Louisiana Lafayette. Up next. Hogan Harris has been one of my favorite pitchers for the last 2 seasons. And I feel like any time he has had an opportunity, he has taken advantage of it and then just never been given a further opportunity. You take, for example, last year. He pitched in Philadelphia. He struggled. He walked a lot, but he didn't allow any runs. Pitched 3 innings, shutout ball. Then he had maternity leave, and he was off the shelf for a while. We had a guy by the name, I'm sure you guys all remember last year, Ross Stripley, who was hurt a lot of the year. But since Ross Stripley was making $11 million last year, you had to play him. And when Ross Stripley was ready to go, after Hogan Harris has just been absolutely shoving, he shut out the Astros last year too. The guy to get the shaft in that deal and got sent down for Ross Stripley was Hogan Harris. Hogan Harris had an incredible spring training. Off the charts. Andrew, what's up, buddy? I have a ton of fun watching this team the last month or so. Bright things ahead, Booney. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, Andrew. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a fun season. R.D. Moss said at one time, he said, most fun he's had in baseball this year. I can't argue with that. I think the mistake I've made and a lot of people have made is we got ourselves involved in the politics of it. And once you get yourself involved in the politics of it, politics aren't no fun. And that's the fault of my own. But when you just concentrate on the baseball, it's been a lot of fun. What's the record the A's need to make a wild card push? Was 30? No, it is. I'll tell you what it is. We are, as a team right now, I'm going to tell you, I know exactly what it is. I said 83 wins needs to get, I don't even think that's 26-9. 26-9. Close. 26-9. I don't know if that still does it or not, but I mean, just to have fun with it, you know, I tell you what, guys, if we could win 2 games here against Minnesota, I mean, Minnesota shot their wad last night with Joe Ryan. The next 2 games, last night was the game I thought we were going to lose. Today's a huge one. Not only because it's a baseball game, we want the A's to win, but JT Ginn. JT Ginn needs an outing, man. JT Ginn has to pitch well. If we win today and tomorrow against Minnesota, and we somehow sweep Seattle in Seattle, which is, God, that's hard. I don't know. Things get a little interesting because then we come home. Problem is when we come home, guess who we got? We got Scooble on Monday. But when we faced Scooble, we did okay. We lost that game, but we hit him. We hit Scooble. Screw the politics. I'm an A's fan, not a Sacramento A's fan or a Vegas fan, just an A's fan, point blank, period. Have fun. Hey, you nailed it right there, Drew. Oh, Booney, I smacked yesterday. A's money line. Over 6.5 Ks. Wow. Over 6.5 Ks was plus 425? Really? Oh, no, but okay, so you parlayed to the 2, right? So over 6.5 Ks and A's money line was plus 425. Still. Nice hit, dude. Nice hit. How about if you went reverse money line and went A's money line? You'll be at the game on the 25th. Get Scooble. It should be, if I'm not mistaken, it will be, I'll tell you what it'll be. It should be Ginn and Scooble. Ugh. Shoot. Bet you, you go over K's on Ginn and A's money line in that game. I don't pay like +8. +8. The 2 combined plus 425. A's, yep. Good hit, man. Good hit. What's up, eyes of the world? A's have memorable highlights. 1. Clark catches 2. 3. I would even argue 3. The 2 robberies and he had a diving catch. Shea 3-run home run game. Jacob Wilson 4 or 5 hit games. Games 4. Kurtz 4 hit game. Worker all-star home run story. Yep. My favorite game of the year, if I had to pick one, my most memorable moment for me was, I'll tell you when it was. May 5th against Seattle. Jacob Lopez walk-off hit. 7-6 and 11. Not Jacob Lopez, Jacob Wilson. Walk-off hit. That was mine. That was unbelievable. Obviously, it went south after that. But to your point, eyes of the world, there's been a lot of amazing memories, man. It's been unbelievable. It's been a fun year, man. It's been a fun year. Let's get today. Big game. JT Ginn. I want to see him get going. Jack Perkins tomorrow. Let's get the sweep. Hey, for me as a fan, I'm always going to hold out the hope for playoffs. I just am. Oh, good call. Oh, I forgot. I didn't forget, but I forgot to mention it there. Most memorable for me was Kurtz 2 back-off walk home runs, I think in May against Houston. It was past May. It was, I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was June 16th. June 16th and June 19th. The backflip, when he just flipped that was awesome, man. Yep. Yes. June 16th, 3-1 victory. We lost the 2 middle games of the series against Houston, and then we won on game 4, 6-4 and 10. And the second one was off Hader. Good call. Yep. Like I was saying, my Kurtz, yeah, the bat flip was legendary. But for me as a fan, I'm going to hold off. I'm always going to hold off hope for the playoffs. In sports, you see a lot of crazy things. Is 26-9, has that been done before? Yeah, it has. Is it highly unlikely? It is. It is. Hey, but Andrew hit his parlay yesterday. That was unlikely. Odds are against him. He hit it. Come on, you're right, Booney. If we weren't on 21, imagine, hey, 21 game skid happened. We gotta flush that. It's hard. But like I said, guys, 26-9. I got 9 losses before I accept this season's over. Now, hey, you as a fan, you can do whatever you want. You could start rebuilding for next year, the year after that, whatever you want to do as a fan. It's your season. For my season, I got 9 losses. I believe the last spot in the wild card is going to be 83 wins. It might be even 84, but I've said 83. I'm going to stick with it. That's 26-9. I got 9 losses left before I start thinking and giving up on this year as far as playoffs. It's hard not to be hopeful for playoffs as a fan, especially when you see, yep. Last night was a legit win. We beat a legitimate ace. It was fun. Hey, appreciate you guys. 4:40 first pitch. I'll be around for post game. I hope to see you later celebrating a big win. That's what I hope. Muncy Wilson hit a home run last night in Vegas. He hit a home run last night in Vegas. I haven't heard on Muncy yet. I'll get you something later on Muncy. I don't think he's as far as along as everybody else, though. It's going to be a little bit of time for Muncy. Mark, what's up, man? Booney, I keep thinking about Urshela for some reason. I'll be forever grateful that he was the one that got Kurtz's 6 at bat. That is right. Everyone forgets about that, Mark. Good call, man. Everyone forgets about that. Gio Urshela with the clutch. Without Gio Urshela, there's no 4 home run game. Good call, Mark. I forgot about that. What a great call. 2006, St. Louis Cardinals only won 82 or 83 games, won World Series here. That's why your eyes of the world. 2006, St. Louis Cardinals only won 82 or 83 games, won World Series. Arizona D-backs won 84 games 2 years ago and made it. And that's why you are the eyes of the world. Hey, I'll check you guys post-game, hopefully. You guys have a good Wednesday. Take care. Let's go A's. Hey, let's get freaking JT Ginn a win today, huh? Let's get JT Ginn a win. Take care, fellas. Thank you for making Locked On A's your first listen every day. For your second listen, find the all-night Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night until a World Series champion is crowned. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts.